section, Your Honor. Your Honor, by this section, the Parliament proposed to amend the Constitution by simple legislation, Your Honor. The right of appeal.
Constitution amendment can be challenged in the Supreme Court on one ground. That is, they cited the case of Ziaur Rahman, that is state
Legislation.
Then how Al-Jihad Trust case is relevant to that point?
Much right, Your Honor. In Al-Jihad.
The first issue is that whether the constitutional petition filed is maintainable under Article 1 of public authorities were defined in that judgment that mental public authority.
Both of the learned judges have already given you some suggestions with my humble experience. Few of the suggestions for everyone. First of all, I must congratulate your institution. Dr. Haider is here and she is a pioneer in this profession and I know her a very long time and I really look up to her. You guys are very lucky ones to be mentored under her guidance. The most important thing is when it comes to the mooting. I have my own thing with the propositions because most of the times they are formulated in such a complex manner that it is way above your level when it comes to the practical realities of that. In mooting, you have to realize one thing, that you need to take the court along. Majority of the mooters just memorize their arguments, they come to the podium and just try to say whatever it's coming in their mind. You have to structure your argument. You have to dissect your argument. This is the first part of your argument leading or transitioning to the second part and finally the concluding one. In between, the judges, the pretend judges on the bench do ask the questions. But when they are asking the questions, you need to take them, and sometimes you have to address right away. Sometimes you can say that, so my proposition is already leading towards that. Don't fumble. I did fumble a lot. I still fumble when I'm in the court. It's normal, it's okay, it's perfectly fine. There is no shame in it. But the point is, one thing which you guys need to focus is that you need to structure your argument. Don't go hodgepodge, picking one argument from one judgment and from the other one. You have to, make a transition into your arguments. Secondly, when you arguing, whether it's a moot courtroom or a real courtroom, you guys were so fast. Don't do that. We are not getting what you're trying to say in front of us, because the biggest weapon any lawyer or any mooter can possess is the argument. And if you're losing the authority of your argument, there is no point of doing it. So for that reason, you have to go slow. Sometimes you have to give a very hard pitch in your argument. Sometimes you have to take a low. So with that transition, because I believe the advocacy is a kind of an art. You have to perform before the bench, because the more you perform, there are more likely chances of you winning it, whether it's a moot room or it's a real courtroom. You will get new clients as well, because the gallery play is the bigger part of advocacy. So for that reason, when you're arguing, go slow,